Take that 3 times. Hi everybody. Tonight we're making Salisbury steak, mashed potatoes, and peas. It's a pretty easy one to do, and we don't need a lot of ingredients, and a lot of the ingredients can be shelf stable. I'm cheating a little bit because I already got my potatoes boiling because I was making real potatoes. But let's go ahead and look at the ingredients we need. Alright, so I think it pauses when I go to the other media because I'm trying to do 2 medias at a time. So we'll just stick with this media and I'll try to figure that out another time. So today we're going to need dried onions. So I have Lipton, like a pretend Lipton onion soup packet. We're also going to need some thyme from the pantry, THY. I'm going to use canned mushrooms. You could use fresh or freeze-dried, but I'm going to use canned. I'm also going to use savory beef gravy. This is a Thrive product that you can make, but you can also just get a 12-ounce jar of gravy. We're also going to have potatoes, and from the freezer I have a pound of ground beef, or maybe a little less, and I have frozen peas because that's going to be our side. So as I said, I cheated a little bit. I already started my mashed potatoes, and for those that didn't watch a couple videos ago, you might be like, why is that wooden spoon on her potatoes? Because a wooden spoon keeps it so that it doesn't boil over. I don't know why wood does that, but that's just the way it is. So by putting the wooden spoon there and then turning it at unimaginable heat, it boils really well, but it doesn't boil over. So that's my little trick of the night. Hey Josh Alt, congratulations on your marathon or your run. I don't know, I don't remember how far it was. So I'm going to get you all plugged in, and then we will go ahead and get started. This is really, really simple, super simple. So we're going to take our ground beef. You could do ground turkey if you want. With ground turkey, you don't have as much fat, so your patties will shrink up more. But if you had like ground venison, whatever you like, ground meat wise, that's what you're going to use. And I tried to use a 93% fat-free kind. And I'm just going to put that on a plate, and then I'm going to add 1 packet of like a Lipton kind of onion. This is Aldi's brand kind of soup. So we're going to add that. I'm just going to pour it right on top. You could do this in a bowl. I just thought, be clever and do it on a plate. I don't know why, but it seemed clever at the time. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of thyme seasoning. Oh, actually, let's go ahead and just put 1/2 teaspoon. We'll put another 1/2 in later with, I think, our gravy. So that, and then we're going to get our hands dirty. We're going to mix it up. If you don't like your hands touching raw meat, you can always use plastic gloves. But I'm just going to mix it together. Hey, Crystal. How's it going? So I'm just mixing it all together. And then you're going to want to separate it into 6 patties, 6 to 5 patties, depending on, I guess, your family size or how big you like your patties. And I might have to get a different pan. I was thinking I was doing 4 originally. I don't think that's going to fit in my pan there. So I'm just mixing it all through. And for those that just hopped on, I cheated and I started my mashed potatoes earlier. So I peeled my potatoes and I cut them up and I put them in my water. I just think that they take a while, so I didn't want it to take too long while we were trying to make dinner tonight. I also have, okay, this is kind of a weird story. I also have backup trying vegetables in the oven. I don't really care for Brussels sprouts, but I really want to like them. So I got a recipe from a friend, but I forgot to ask her if I could share it today. So that's why I'm not doing it with you guys. But supposedly she makes the most amazing Brussels sprouts. And so hey Sarah! So I got the recipe from her today and I'm trying it, but I know my family doesn't really like Brussels sprouts. So I have a backup vegetable just in case it's like totally like eh. Alright, so I'm just going to divide this into 6 different pieces, and then we're going to form patties out of them. That's going to be good there. Maybe not the best even person. Sometimes I get out my scale because I want to be anal about it, but I'm really not the best about making them all the same size. Okay, so I'm just going to just going to form them in my hand. Actually, I think I'm going to do 5 because these seem a little too small. So we'll just add some of this to everything else. Divvy it up. These look smaller than those. So, all right, so we're going to just hand press it. And I'll ask her about the Brussels sprouts, if I can share the recipe. If I can, then I'll post it in the comments of this later today or tomorrow. So, but she basically, like, she roasts them in the oven, and she puts different things in with them, and she says that she does it instead of just like on a temperature, she does it on broil, and so it gets like this really kind of charry, yummy sweetness to it. I don't know even how to describe it. Okay, 1 patty. You patties, you just want these like a 1/2 inch thick. We don't want them super thick. I'm trying to get them roundish. I am not the best hamburger. Like, I love our hamburger recipe, which I'll probably do this summer with you guys, but I'm not the best, like, former, or, you know, I don't know all the secrets about hamburger stuff. I hear Tupelo honey is so good. I've never eaten there. I really want to try it someday, but I've never gone, but I've only heard, like, good things about it. And my friend that gave me the recipe, she's, like, from here. She has those good, you know, southern kind of cooking things going on. So right now I have them in the oven, in my cast iron pan. Okay, thanks for stopping by, Sarah. So I really want them to taste so good, so bad. And it's not because it was my friend, it's just because of me. If they don't taste good, it's just because of me and Brussels sprouts. It has nothing to do with my friend's recipe, because she has really yummy food. Okay, last one. Patting it out. And I like to do, when I make my patties, I like to kind of make like a little divot in the middle so that they don't shrink up too much. I read that somewhere. I'm not sure if it's really true, but we just go with it. I think I can make these work in here. Okay, so I'm just going to take my thumb and kind of make an extra little divot in the middle of each patty. So hopefully they won't shrink up too bad. And if you ever want to add fat, I think adding a little sausage makes it taste really good too. Okay, so I'm going to wash my hands really quick because I need to spray my hands. So I'm just going to spray my pan with some cooking spray, and then I'm going to turn it on to medium-high at first. In my mind, this is going to work space-wise, but I probably won't, so you guys can watch me struggle with that. Alright, so I'm going to turn it on to medium-high. Just put my patties in there. I'll give you a look-see in just a second. Really squished. You guys, I should have gotten out the bigger pan. Because I know they're going to shrink up a little bit, but... Alright, my son's going to kill me. I have to get out the bigger pan. He's going to have to wash 2 pans. Alright, take 2. Where'd my spray go? There's my spray. Go. Transferring of the patties. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squish it out a little more. Okay, last patty. 5 patties fit in pretty good. We could have done 6, but oh well. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put my divots back in. Now that I squished them a little bit more, now that they're in our pan, I can see how much room I have. Put this pan to the side. Wash my hands again. So we're gonna let's come over so you can see our loveliness. Unplug you from there, put you over here. Okay. So there's our patties in our pan. They're just gonna cook away for just a little bit. Back it up. There we go. All right, so we are gonna let these go ahead for about 2 minutes on each side. I'm gonna go set my timer. Okay, now while these are doing their thing, I'm gonna get out and I'll show you my really awesome looking Brussels sprouts. There is the Brussels sprouts. And they're starting to get like browned on top, so I need to stir them up so they can get browned better on the bottom. So I had them in there for like 15 minutes already. I'm going to put them in for 15 more minutes. My friend, she said when she did it, she was on a baking sheet, but I thought it would be really good in a cast iron pan. So I'm just kind of flipping them over so we can get some more charred action going on the other side. So that, if you're wondering why my oven's open, that's why it's slightly open. Alright, so with these guys, we're going to let them cook for the 2 minutes. We're going to flip them over and do another 2 minutes. But I'm going to get, we're going to need some water. We're going to need, for my Thrive, I need 2 cups of boiling water. So I'm going to get some water boiling as well. We're going to make our own gravy since I don't have jarred gravy. The jarred gravy I don't use often enough, and it would go bad before I could use it, so the Thrive works out really, really well for me. And then I'm also going to open my mushrooms. There we go. I'm going to open and drain my mushrooms. And turn our heat down just a smidge. I don't want to burn our stuff. So I turned it down to just above medium, but just below medium high. So we're going to flip our little patties here. There we go, and they have shrunk it up. They'll be a good size for them, I think. Alright, 2 more minutes. I'm going to get some water for our peas. Get those going. There. And then we're going to need, for the gravy that I'm making, hey Megan, haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for stopping by. I can't see under my rubber band to see who had said something last. Okay. So I'm going to get 1/3 of a cup of the Thrive gravy, and it's just powdered, but it turns into gravy so easily and so nicely, and no lumps. And like I said, it can sit on my pantry and it's okay, so that makes me happy. Get that ready to go. Okay, I'm going to get a plate ready. Because what I want to do, since I don't have jar gravy and I have to make my gravy, I'm going to put my patties on a plate while I make my gravy in the same pan. I'm just about ready to come off. I don't know if you guys probably know this, but when you have like hamburgers and you're making hamburgers, you never want to like squeeze them. It squeezes out the fat and it makes the meat drier. You want to like kind of try to touch them as little as possible. So that's our next 2 minutes. I'm going to turn our temperature down to about medium. I'm going to go ahead and take our patties out and put them on a little paper towel here. I say all right a lot. We need to work on that, Stacey. I want to go ahead and take out some of this, but I kind of want to leave some of the flavors so it flavors our gravy a little bit too. So I'm going to take out some. I don't want too much fat left over, but I'm going to leave a little bit. There we go. So what we need is 2 cups of water. I'm going to go turn this off. Put my water in here because it's just about boiling. And then I need my whisk. Lift that a little bit. And I'm going to just whisk in my fancy dancy gravy here. Oh, but I did too little. Whoopsie daisy. Oh, no, I didn't. I did the right amount. Okay. So this is just about boiling, so I'm going to go ahead and put it in. Is it over already? Yeah. Oh, okay. Whisk it in. If you are not going to do this kind and you were just going to use gravy, you can get a 12-ounce jar and you would just pour the 12-ounce jar in here. Originally I got this recipe, I want to say like at a Better Homes a Garden or something like that, but I've just adapted it to the things that we had. I think originally it said to use like fresh mushrooms, but I don't tend to have fresh mushrooms on hand. I do, however, have canned mushrooms, and I also have freeze-dried mushrooms, so I go between those two with this. If I was going to use freeze-dried mushrooms, then I would have just like reconstituted them at the beginning of making this. And can you see that? Like, it's gravy. We're done. That's how fast it is. Hey, Ruby! So to this, I'm going to add a can. This is my Aldi's can, but it's a 6.5-ounce can of mushrooms. Add that in there. And I've drained it. And I'm going to add the other half of our thyme to this so that our half a teaspoon of thyme. Let's see if I can make that there stay there. Okay, I've hidden my thyme. I probably put it away because that's just like what I do. I put things away and I don't realize it. There it is. I found our thyme. I found some thyme. Okay, so I'm going to put a half a teaspoon thyme. There we go. And whisk that in, and then we're going to bring our patties back over to here and let them just kind of marinate and soak up that good flavor of the beef gravy and the mushrooms. So I'm going to put my patties back in. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to cover it with a lid and let it simmer in there. Where's my lid? It's way back here. There it is. Okay. So we're going to cover and let it simmer, and we're going to let it cook for just a little while. Let me put this on there. Sorry. We'll let it cook for like 8 to 10 minutes, so we'll turn it in about 5 minutes. Let me set my timer again. Alright, we are looking good. Got lots of yummy stuff going on here. And then we'll get our mashed potatoes are almost done, so I'm going to test those. I'm looking at our Brussels sprouts, and they're getting a nice little crunchy, glazy kind of thing on it. Our water's getting ready to boil for our peas, which actually I might turn down because I'm not quite ready for those yet. So, I was thinking guys, and I lost my train of thought. My mashed potatoes. I wanted to see if they were ready. I can't grab one. Yeah, those are good. Okay, so let me get a colander out, and we're gonna mash our taters right here. I like it when dinner gets done all about the same time. Like, that's my goal. Everything done at the same time. So it's all warm, it's all hot, it all tastes good. Alright, let's see if we can make a loud racket. There we go. And if you were wondering why I had this wooden spoon on there, for those that joined a little bit later, when you put wood across the burner like that, for some reason, I don't know why, that's a little hot, it makes it so it doesn't boil over. Obviously you can't have it on high, that still would probably make it boil over, but it helps when you have things like potatoes that have all that starch that kind of comes up. It helps if you put the wood there, and then it slows down that process of boiling over. Okay, so for the way I make mashed potatoes, and I've done this with you guys before, and the butter. I put in about 4 to 3 tablespoons of butter, which probably seems like a ton of butter, but it makes my family happy. And then I like to put in the potatoes that are drained. I put my taters back in. And then I like to use 2 more ingredients plus some spices. So this is going to seem odd to people that haven't watched me do potatoes before, but when I was living in the house with my friends after my mission, one of the girls I lived with, Emily, would put mayonnaise in with her potatoes. And so they just made it like more creamy or something. I don't know how to explain it. So I put a good tablespoon to tablespoon and a half of mayonnaise in my potatoes. But you know, it is olive oil mayonnaise or canola oil mayonnaise. So you know, it's healthier than the regular stuff, so it's alright. At least that's what I tell myself. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and put in some milk. I'm using skim milk, so that makes up for the mayonnaise, right? And then I like to put salt and pepper in mine to taste. So whatever you like taste-wise. Hey, Jenny! A little bit more, I think. Time away. And put in some salt, and then we're going to get a potato masher. And we're just going to mash them up. And because the potatoes are hot and the pan is hot, the butter melts. And kind of give them a stir and a mash. And that's all that there is to it. I like to put a little bit of milk because sometimes it seems like my potatoes, the water gets more stuck in the potatoes. I don't know, so it comes out a little bit more thinner, and so I like to start with a little bit of milk and add 2 so that my potatoes are not soup. I don't like soupy potatoes. Just add a little bit more. And I was telling people in a video the other day, oh, it's time to turn our Salsbury steak, so let's do that. I was telling people the other day that growing up, we don't use a potato masher. We use a handheld masher or a handheld mixer and mix them that way. So that's the way I've always done it. But when you do it that way, it also makes it super fine. It's not lumpy at all. Switch. And one more flip. Okay, so these are getting all nice and coated in our gravy. We're going to give it just 5 minutes more Okay, I'm gonna check on our Brussels sprouts, which I didn't talk very much about how to do because it was a friend's recipe and I didn't ask permission if I could post it on here. But I think that they are ready. She said you want them kind of char-broiled. I can't even say that. And crispy. So I'm just gonna give them a stir. I might put them back in just until dinner's done because that side was really good char-broiled. And she says it kind of adds like, I don't know, how do you describe that? Like, you know when you go to a restaurant and you get asparagus and they broil it and it gets that crunchy, glazy yumminess on it? She says it kind of does that. So I think I will go ahead and just broil them until dinner's done because this side's not as char-broiled. Stir it up. We're almost there. I think I might add just a smidge more milk and give them a taste. Oh, that was not a smidge. That was not a smidge. Got a little crazy with the cheese whiz there. But they're going to be good. They're going to be good consistency. I just feel like it needs just a little bit more of this. Come on, buddy. There we go. Okay, so this is one of those meals that doesn't have very many ingredients. For our Salsbury steak, we had about a pound. You can use anywhere from half a pound to a pound of hamburger or any ground meat that you prefer. If you do chicken or turkey, it's going to be leaner, so your patties are going to shrink up quite a bit, so just be aware of that. A packet of onion, like a Lipton onion kind of mix. It can be generic. I use generic. A 12-ounce jar of gravy, a can of mushrooms or fresh mushrooms or freeze-dried if you prefer, and thyme, the seasoning thyme. And that's all. So I think that's less than 5 ingredients. And then if you want to do real potatoes or mashed potatoes, whichever is faster and easier for you, and then open yourself a can of green beans or some other kind of vegetable, and you got your meal done. It can be pretty decent time, not a lot of effort, not a lot of prep or cutting. So that is really, really nice. Okay, we're going to turn our peas. I had turned them down because I didn't want them to get ready quite so fast, but now I'm ready for them to be ready. So we're just going to add our frozen peas to our boiling water. And frozen vegetables, I really have discovered in the last year or so. Oh, I don't think that's going to be enough peas. Whoops. They just are really a quick fix, and they are pretty, you know, like they haven't been heat processed like something that's been canned. Something that's been canned has gone kind of through this like heat process where I feel like a lot of the nutrients come out, while when they're frozen like this, a lot of the nutrients are still kind of sucked in there. So we got our peas going on now as well. Okay, I am going to run downstairs really quick and get us some more peas. I'll be right back. It's just, I just didn't feel like that was enough. We're going to pop these in there. Yeah, that's good. And let's see. We have 40 seconds left on our Salsbury steak, so I'm going to turn off our Salsbury steak. I'm going to set our peas for 3 minutes, and then we will be ready for dinner. That's it. Bam. And we'll go ahead and plate up. We can see that. This is something else that if I wasn't already doing the Brussels sprouts, I probably would have added some carrots, some cooked carrots in the oven, not canned or not. I've never tried frozen, so I don't know what those taste like. but I would have put, I'll do carrots another time with you guys so you can see, because I think having the carrots, the green of the carrots, and, or sorry, the orange of the carrots and the green of the peas would look really good and make this appealing to the eyes when you go to eat it. So, let's see, turn that up higher. Let's get a plate out so we can start plating while we're waiting for our peas. I never tried the potatoes like I said I was going to. Perfect. Delicious. Okay, so let's get our Brussels sprouts out of there. We'll turn those off. I really hope I like these so bad. Alright. There we go. Actually, I think I might just leave that on there so nobody touches it and burns himself. So we're going to get some mashed potatoes. Put that on there. I like mine thick. You make them how you like them, but I really like my mashed potatoes to kind of stand at attention. I don't want weak mashed potatoes. I want my mashed potatoes to be able to handle the gravy. So that'd be stiff. All right. And I'm going to put a little bit of, I'm going to try these Brussels sprouts, guys. I'm really hoping I like them. I don't know about it, but I really want to like them really, really bad. Actually, I'm going to move those over a little bit. I want to put my meat right there. Okay, maybe we'll cheat a little bit. We'll try it. I'm not sure what I think it tastes like. I mean, obviously it's going to taste like Brussels sprouts, but it almost has like a potato kind of consistency to it. Not sure. Alright. And then we're going to get a Salsbury steak. And it's all nice and covered with our gravy. We're going to need a spoon for the gravy, for sure. And we're going to get some peas. I had just enough space for my carrots if I had them, but I didn't have them. So, let's take a look. That's it. That's dinner. Salisbury steak, mashed potatoes, and peas. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you have a great dinner too, and I'll see you next time. Bye.